What's up guys, welcome to Munchkins Gaming, where we take your gaming to the next level. This is Munchkins logging in to bring you another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video. And welcome to my video guide for Fran's Lost Chapter, Geared for Freedom Part 14, and of course this is going to be in the hard mode, which is the Chaos Difficulty Fight. Now before we start this video, like and subscribe if you haven't already. It does help my channel guys, and I really do appreciate all the support that you guys give me. So without further ado, let's start this video. Okay guys, so as always, we'll start this off with the abilities, weaknesses, resistances, and the elements that the final boss can absorb, and this time around it's the Ank Beasts. It does have one weakness to thunder and does not have any resistances nor elements that it can absorb. We'll start this off with two of the text boxes that you will see throughout this fight, which is Menacing This Way, which basically increases all its stats, and Further Menacing This Way, which further increases all its stats. Now the boss has two stances, one airborne when you see it flying and one in its grounded form. The airborne stance will have Aurora, which is a Wind Magic Brave attack, Onslaught, which is a melee HP attack, plus it will do a melee Brave plus HP attack. Now I cannot really confirm this guys, but in the text in the game this is what it actually says. But from my experience it feels like it only does an HP attack, but again I use Galuf in this fight and it pretty much, you know, dodge all the onslaught attacks, so I never really knew whether it was going to do another Brave plus HP attack, but you can let me know in the comments down below. Next up is Raining Sky, which is a group range Brave attack, and next up is Great Mazer, which is a magic Brave attack which also inflicts break. And fun fact, this cannot actually be blocked. Even if you do like block it or miss it, it will still break that character. Don't know why it's like that, but that's the way it works. Next is Noble Wing, which is a group magic Brave attack which also has a low chance of inflicting paralysis. And finally it has Land, which changes its mode from airborne to grounded. This cancels all the attack, defense, max rate boost from Monarch's disposition. Now let's talk about the grounded stance that the Ank Beasts has. First off, it still has Aurora, which is going to be a Wind Magic Brave attack, Onslaught, which again will be a melee HP attack plus maybe a melee Brave plus HP attack again. Next is Rise, which changes its mode from the grounded stance to the airborne stance. This will also increase its Brave. Next is Monarch's Disposition, which grants Daunt to itself. This basically raises attack, defense, and I do believe it is the party's max Brave, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. I do believe when I looked it up it actually increases the party's Brave, but in the text here it just says max Brave. Next is the Grand Smash, which is a melee Brave attack which also inflicts a defense down and speed down debuff. And finally it has Awful Stream, which basically recovers itself from its break status and will do a magic Brave attack plus HP attack. Now let's move on to the general tips and guide, and the first one here for you guys is obviously going to be to save about 60 to 70% of your abilities for the final wave. Now a lot of you may be wondering, this is only a 2-wave fight, so why pull your punches? Well, in all honesty, the two bosses actually have quite a bit of HP, and I would highly suggest saving at least 60% of your ability so you can keep using it during that final wave. This actually has quite a significant amount of turn counts, 110 turns, so you do have quite a lot of turns to actually just use your HP attacks if you can, especially if you are bringing a Brave battery. It's definitely gonna help you out. Next up is to bring in the boosted characters. In this case it's going to be Fran, Ash, and Balthier. And of course, if you don't have any of these characters, other characters that you may want to consider bringing are Galuf, Kral, Setzer, General Leo, Edge, Yuri, Sarah, Tifa, Beatrix, Vayne, Paladin Cecil, Zack, Emperor, Yuffie, Noctis, Arnea, Sephiroth, Golbez, or Jet, and an abundance more of different characters. Since the boss doesn't actually have any resistances, you can technically bring as many characters as you want. And it wouldn't really matter, it'll only matter depending on your party compositions. And speaking of party compositions, I would highly suggest bringing a healer and slash brave battery options such as Selfie, Rem, Eiko, Ignis, Rosa, Pinello, or Ishtola. And of course, for the summon, you can really bring whichever summon you want. I decided to bring Ramuh because the boss was weak to the thunder element, but obviously you can bring the other ones like Ifrit, Shiva, Brothers, or Pandemonium. Okay guys, now let's move on to the general strategies that I implemented and probably will help you guys as well. And the first one, of course, will start off with the friend support. I honestly feel like Aranea is still the best support character to bring. Not only can she re-break, she can also delay if you really want to. And of course, Setzer is more of a safety friend support suggestion, but you can obviously bring General Leo as well. My only problem with General Leo is basically he is a single target attacker. So, you know, Aranea, single target as well. Plus she can re-break, she can do splash damage as well if you really want to be more offensive orientated. So that's the only reason why I would prefer Aranea over General Leo. Now General Leo obviously can also brave battery the party, so that's one good thing if you do decide to bring him along. The next one is delay, paralysis. I can't talk. Paralysis and freeze are still going to be your best friends here. Now delay is going to be kind of the meta at this point in time, and if you have like Vayne, you know, General Leo, Aranea, I do highly suggest bringing those characters along. It will just make the fight a lot easier. Next up, bring a tank to soak up some damage. If you do decide not to use the delay tactic, bring a tank along. All the HP attacks from the boss are all single targets, so a tank will be essential for a safe run. Not completely needed, but it would definitely make it a lot safer for you. Next up is another thing that is not necessary, but if you want a much smoother run, bring a Dispeller along. That can remove the Daunt buff from the bosses, because honestly, that attack up and defense up is pretty significant, and if you can steal it, will be a lot better. And finally, of course, bringing a healer will make your life a lot easier, and healer slash brave battery, I should say, will make it a lot easier for you to finish this run. Okay guys, now let's move on to the possible party compositions. The first one is going to be the boosted team: Fran, Ashe, both here with Aranea support, and Ramuh for the summon. Fran is here for the debuffs, and of course for the insane amount of damage she actually does. Ashe for the occasional paralysis and buffs, and both here of course to remove the buffs and do some decent damage as well. Now my main problem with this boosted team really is going to revolve around that there actually is no healer or tank. It's like I said earlier, it's a much safer run if you can actually replace one of them with one of those. But again, if you have them all like fully max limit broken and you spent all the ingots on all these three characters, I pretty much can guarantee at least a clear run with this, and you may need to be a little bit careful when it comes to doing a full clear run. The next one here is going to be the one that you guys are seeing in this video, this card decomposition including Fran, Galuf, and Balthier. This is with an Aranea support and Ramuh for the summon, and again, this is pretty much just like composition 1. I only replace Ashe with Galuf for a much safer run. Next up here is a team that's going to take advantage of the boss's weakness to the Thunder element. So this includes Edge, Pinello, and Kryle with an Aranea support and Ramuh for the summon. Edge is here for the dodge tanking plus party dodge as well, really helps out. Pinello for heals and battery, and Kryle for more battery. You can replace Kryle here or Pinello with Beatrix maybe, just for the extra brave battery or extra damage depending on which one you want. But pretty much just bring a team that can take advantage of the Thunder weakness element. And finally, the last team is going to be the delay team, which includes Vayne, Arnea, and Ishtola, with Arnea support and Shiba for the summon. And this is going to be just delay. You can change any one of these characters to General Leo if you really want to. I highly suggest to keep Arnea in there, and you can either replace Vayne or Ishtola with General Leo, and you can still pretty much delay. Alright guys, so we're finally towards the end of this video, and of course I'll give you guys my final thoughts on this fight. In all honesty, I didn't find this fight difficult at all, since I had Galuf around. He's sort of a little cheat character at this point in time. Although he cannot counter magic attacks, he is still pretty good at giving you some extra damage every now and then. And of course the cover ability is pretty useful. But again, you can just bring like Zac, for example, if you really want to, or you can bring someone else. I would really stay away from Warrior of Light too much, since he can, like, there is Awful Stream, which is an ability that the boss will recover itself from its break, and you still like go through the shield, like the HP damage anyway. So I mean, he's still gonna be okay, but I would highly suggest someone that can actually dodge the attack. We have quite a few options now, with Galuf being one of them, and of course Edge being the other one. If you don't have that, that's fine. You can bring any tank. Zac can actually tank that pretty well as well. So, you know, there are quite a few options there. So overall, I would put this fight in the easy department in terms of chaos difficulty. We just have a lot more options right now, and honestly it also includes like the Speller. We have Vanille, we have Balthier, we have Yuffie, and you can apply spheres as well that can actually remove like the buffs. So there are a lot of options right now, and seeing as the boss doesn't have any resistances at all, it just limits the difficulty of this fight, I would say. So it's really going to be one of the easy fights in the chaos difficulty. Anyway guys, that's it for this video. Please do remember to click like and subscribe if you haven't already. It does help my channel to grow, and of course helps with the YouTube algorithm as well. And I really do appreciate all the support that you guys give me all throughout. We have reached 2,000 subscribers, which is really amazing. The amount of growth in my channel, just cannot believe it. And hopefully it trends in this kind of trend, if that makes sense. Anyway, make sure to follow me on Twitter and on Facebook as well, at Munchkins Gaming, if you want to keep up with me. I don't really tweet that much, so I won't be filling your feeds quite a lot. I do try to tweet every now and then when it comes to releasing a video. If I didn't like pre-record it and pre-upload it, yeah, I normally would try and tweet it out. Anyway, make sure to leave it down in the comments below as well, what team you use for this fight. If it's an interesting one, let me know down there. Anyway guys, this is Munchkins logging off, and I'll see you guys in the next level.